Alright guys, back with another video. So we have something here from the pleb. And he says, Pierre Poilievre wants to pass a law that will allow Canadians to fight back against robbers who break into their homes. Right now in Canada, you can get charged with assault for fighting someone who is robbing your home. Do you support this move? Well, let's see what Pierre has to say. It's a clip from Rebel News. Now, before we do get into this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help grow the channel. I appreciate you guys so much for doing that.
We need prosecutors to go out. Yes, Ezra.
Thanks for having me here, Ezra Levant from Rebel News. For years before marijuana was decriminalized, it was the position of police and prosecution not to charge anyone with small amounts in possession. So they didn't wait for the Parliament. I see that markcarney's favorite premier, Doug Ford, has said he's for the Castle Law, and other provinces like Alberta have said that too. Will you call on Doug Ford not to wait for Carney to reconvene Parliament, but rather to issue a statement that there will be no more prosecutions of homeowners who defend their homes just as a matter of policy, because right now his prosecutors are going after Jeremy McDonald, whose home was invaded in Lindsay, Ontario.
And those are provincial prosecutors who are doing that?
Yes.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I don't know the legal powers that a premier has to direct the prosecution service, so I would not comment on it. But I would hope prosecutors would stop going after law-abiding people who are defending their property. We need prosecutors to go after criminals. Now, as for...
Now, you know what's interesting about that is the other day Doug Ford was complaining about this. It's like, well, Doug, if they were charged by provincial law, not federal law, that's your job to get things passed. That's your job to push for it. It's your province. So nice press conference and everything. I honestly thought it was a federal charge, but I guess not. So I don't know why Doug Ford's making a big proclamation on a microphone when he should be getting to work, rolling his sleeves up and saying, hey, we got to get bills passed, laws passed, to make sure that that doesn't happen. Someone breaks into your home, you defend yourself. If they get injured, well, that's the way it is. You don't break into people's houses. Get the work done, Doug.
Their ability to do that, I've never been a Crown prosecutor, so I don't know. We have a Crown prosecutor here, Larry Brock, so maybe he can jump in on this. But I will say this: we need to change the law. Let's make the law clear. Let's bring in place the idea that your home is your castle, so that no prosecutor, judge, or police officer can ever go after someone who is defending their home against an invader who presents a threat. Do you have anything to add, Larry? Prosecutor. This is the prosecutor.
Thank you.
Mr. Prosecutor.
Thank you, Leader. Although Crown prosecutors in every province, particularly in Ontario, maintain independence, so long as they can justify that independence, they are still directed policy-wise by the Attorney General. In this case, the Attorney General of Ontario being Doug Downey. To answer your question, Mr. Levant, Mr. Downey has that ability to perhaps direct Crowns in light of what we are doing at a federal level to reflect upon the change in legislation we hope is about to come.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I like that Pierre actually brought in Larry Brock there because he is the prosecutor, Mr. Prosecutor, and will probably be the next top cop in charge when the Conservatives win the next election, hopefully. But I really also like how when Pierre Poilievre didn't know something, he said, I don't know. Now, a lot of people might think, and they hear the words, I don't know. It's like, wait a minute, you're supposed to have the solutions for everything. Why aren't you, telling us what you think? I don't know, if he really doesn't know, is an honest answer. People appreciate honesty. Jesse Ventura actually talked about that when he ran and won for governor of Minnesota as an independent. Now, Minnesota is a very blue Democrat state. Well, he beat the Democrats. And one of the reasons why he won was because he was very honest. If he didn't know something, he would say it. It's very important that politicians present themselves as honest, because we're not used to it. But when someone comes out and says, hey, honestly, I don't know, it's refreshing because it is honest. You don't often hear that. They usually just make something up yada yada yada, and it's just a bunch of word salad, and that's the end of it. This was honest. Now, about CASA laws, I do think we should have them personally. I don't know what you guys think, so please let me know what you think in the comment section. But I personally think that you should be allowed to protect yourself. You're going to have to be very specific in terms of people who, are not able, or in the right state mentally. You don't want some old man with Alzheimer's getting, hurt because he wandered into someone's house. But that being said, it's going to be very easy to tell whether it's a lost old man or someone with a ski mask and a weapon. But you still got to be careful about that. This whole, use reasonable force thing, that's too vague. What's reasonable? To me, defend your house at all costs. And if there's something unfortunate that happens to the intruder, well, that is on them. The best way you can make yourself safe is to make sure that civilians can protect themselves. Then people will think twice into going into their house. They're more likely to commit that crime if they know nothing bad is going to happen to them. Because people are going to be too scared to act. There's people on X, on the left, saying, oh, I've been held in a really bad situation before, and the cop told me, oh no, good, let them just take all your stuff and leave, and then they never get caught. It's like, you should be able to defend yourself if you're able to. But that's my 2 thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be back shortly with a new one.